everyone, welcome back to the vlog. We are back in the 992 Turbo S and we are going down to classic speed because we're going to be starting the FD RX7. Today is the day we're going to hear the brap 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 brap, and we're also going to be checking on my other project cars. We're going to be test driving the Shelby Daytona. It's finally done. It's actually a super performance Daytona, which is Shelby design, but more on that later. We're also going to be checking on the GT40, the Skyfiro, which are going to be up for sale. I'm not quite sure which cars I have to get rid of, but I do have to get rid of quite a few number of cars in the next few weeks because new cars are coming. I gotta make some space, and honestly I feel so bad because I would really love to keep everything and drive everything, but honestly I can't. I have limited parking and I only have so many number of days that we're in the city. Most of the time now we're traveling because everything is nice and open, so gotta make that hard decision. I used to be anti-collector, but I've become the thing that I said I wasn't. I've just arrived. It's a busy day. We're loading some Porsche seats. Thank you so much our official partners, Camel Toe. This is the Porsche hanger. It's basically for the wall, and eventually we're gonna change this to a real piece just to make it look better. Rally Evo's here because we had no space in Manila, so we left it here. Chino needs to come back to do the tune. These are actually orders from Second Skin, so this is shipping out today. Morning. Wow, that came out really nice. So we're going to be test driving this also later today. This is the Super Performance Daytona, and eventually we're going to have an open house so that we can advertise all the parts here. Well, you guys didn't know that this is a little port here, so we have our power sockets and USB cords so you can charge your device while you're sitting on the sofa. We have an option to turn on the headlights and also change that to a real signal light. Bad news, guys. We don't have engine oil yet. While we're waiting for engine oil for the RX7, we're going to go through RWB Victoria real quick. This is a LS3 motor and it's got the Renegade Hybrids casing here. It's got a GT2 RS997 gearbox with a guard LSD underneath. It's a 6-speed manual, rotiform wheels on Toyo rubbers, and we did a fresh coat of paint, and we have the carbon roof that we installed last time. Now we have a sequential style shifter, but it's actually still an H pattern. It's got a motor underneath to help shift it for us. We have the crazy intake here which connects to the quarter windows. We have the PDM system which I slaved over the pandemic to wire in. Our fitment, air management along with the RX air struts. The battery burned on us because I think we were overcharging. And then we flipped the radiator also during the pandemic because we wanted a more V-style setup. The car should be done in the next few weeks already because we're finally doing assembly. We're gonna do a mechanical once over because it's been a while since we ran this car hard, but we ended up welding also the main hoop already of the roll cage because we did the carbon roof. This one we gotta figure out the tune. Our old tuner, Jed Neri, rest his soul, passed away, and we don't know how to access the ECU now from this. This is a Carporn Racing client, and this one is waiting for the wheels, and we're gonna do the screens. This is a full repaint job, and yep, the 356 we're just waiting for some chrome parts. The Skyfiro, sadly, I don't know if I should sell this car. I haven't been really in love with this car, especially when I see it now. Maybe I should just park this car. This is the baby to test drive. This is a very special car, so we're gonna go over it real quick and do a quick test drive. have a donut for spare, but it's not a full-size tire. We have a roll cage. I don't like these seat belts, maybe have to change that. It's so fast. It's unbelievably quick. So much torque. Are you kidding me? This is so much fun. Back to the shop. That's a lot of fun, but the engine oil is in, the gas is in, and we're gonna rotate the crank so that we can circulate some oil and check the oil level. May dipstick ba tayo?
Wala, ma'am.
I asked the boys to get us like a small dipstick. Hello, hello. Cycle. So what I'm doing now is called priming the oil, making the oil pump suck up the oil that we put just in, and we have to circulate it through the oil lines, through the oil cooler. The oil cooler is humongous, so it's gonna take up like 2 liters of oil easily. We have no oil coming out from anywhere.
Oh! Happy na.
The next step is to wait for the oil to come out of this hose, because that means we're already primed to the line here, and then after that connecting that and then going on the other side and then waiting for the oil to drip out there. Yeah. Oh, okay. We see some gold magic and we're making a mess. Okay lang. We're gonna check for oil flow from this side. We decided to put the fuel pump relays on. We're gonna try to start it already. The oil hasn't really circulated all the way. Here we go. We have no spark from our oil packs. Shit. Ah. My heart rate, I'm so stressed. So first off, we had to prime the oil. Second, we had to prime the fuel. And now we have no spark. We have no ignition. So no matter what, if you have fuel and air coming through the motor, if you have no spark, it's not gonna fire up. We need combustion, we need the spark. And that's the last thing in the key of the ingredients list. Mark is now checking everything. They finally got the power to work. Someone disconnected our ground wire and we're gonna fire it up. Let's go! Ah! Wait, stop. So we're just flooding the tank with gas just to see if we're going to fire, because we don't know if it's the ECU or something is not working. So injector. Oh my god. Injectors need to be cleaned, so they're gonna remove that, but we're gonna do one last attempt. We're gonna put a manual fuel regulator and see if we're not getting any fuel from the fuel pressure regulator, any damage there, or we're really not getting any spray from the ECU. But the coil packs work, so that means the ECU is firing, which means fuel issue problem. We don't know if we have enough fuel pressure for sure. So that's the next step, but you did hear it fire up. We're barely anything. Madaming sira. Sira ulo, sira. Ay, okay. So they pointed something out to me. Apparently, 2T, which is the oil that we mix in the fuel tank, if you leave it for a long time, it ends up gunking and clogging everything. So the fuel pressure gauge that we put in is not moving. Even if we adjust the fuel pressure regulator, we're not getting any difference, which also means we're probably clogged in the fuel lines and the injectors. So gonna leave you guys on a cliffhanger. We're not gonna start this car today, but we will be back. We will be back to start it and hear it. It does sound good, right?